Hi, Pam here. I've made a course. It's a masterclass for doctors on getting a job on a cruise ship. This is the question I get every week, several times a week, for years now. How do I get a job on a cruise ship as a doctor? So this masterclass is 1 hour and 45 minutes, and I'll give you all the information you need for you to get a job on a cruise ship. The layout is the same as when I do online consultations, one-on-one with doctors. So I have kept the same layout. I'm talking about the same points. And yes, basically, if you're interested in getting a job on a cruise ship, please buy this course. The course also comes with PDFs for you to download and keep. And the videos are divided into multiple parts. You can download all these parts and keep them with you. You don't have to come back online to rewatch it. Once you buy it, it belongs to you. Just a reminder, my content is copyrighted, so it's not to be shared publicly on public domains, on public forums, and it's not to be resold. I still do online consultations, so if you want to consult with me, I do 30 minutes to 1 hour consultations at the same price as usual, so it's $250. The course itself is also $250. So I thought, since I do my online consultations for $250 per hour, let me do this course at $250 as well. Although you get much more value for your money, because the course, like I said, is 1 hour and 45 minutes. Now, the content of the course, the first part, module 1, is all about the requirements. What are the requirements you need to have in your resume to get a job on a cruise ship? Module 2 is some information on getting above the requirements. What else can you add that is beyond the requirements for you to secure a job interview, to make your resume pop, basically, and to jumpstart the queue of candidates? Module 3 is about the ATS system, how to beat the ATS. When I say how to beat the ATS, it sounds as if the ATS is your enemy, but in a way it is, because the ATS, let's face it, it's designed to eliminate candidates before they even get a chance to get an invitation for an interview. So I'll give you good information on how to beat the ATS and guarantee that your resume will not be filtered out by the ATS. In Module 4, I talk about interview expectations. This is a point of anxiety for many doctors, or for all professions, not just doctors, whether you're a doctor, a nurse, an engineer. It's a new company, you don't really know the kind of interview you're going to get. So what are the interview expectations? What are they expecting from you? And what should you expect from them during your interview? Module 5 is about the interview process. And there I talk about the process of interviewing. From the time you apply for a position to the time you actually get on board, what is the interview process? How many rounds of interview are you going to get? Who are the different people who are going to interview you? So that will help you, and it's gonna alleviate some anxiety as well. And finally, number 6, module 6, the most important module, is the interview questions. What are the interview questions? Of course, when I'm asked on YouTube, hey, what are the interview questions? I have an interview with this cruise line or that cruise line. I can just give you the interview questions. That will be, But in this course, I'm going to give you all the interview questions. Usually, depending on the cruise line and depending on the role you're applying for, whether you're a ship doctor or a senior doctor, sometimes it's as little as 3 clinical questions, but sometimes it could be as much as 6 clinical questions, sometimes 10 clinical questions. So it depends. I'm covering all the common clinical scenarios that are being asked by all cruise lines, so that you know exactly what to expect. They will not deviate from these questions. There might be some few alterations to the questions, but the topic is going to remain the same. So I'm giving you all the topics that are going to be discussed during your interview. Of course, I go deep into it. You will never be asked all the questions that I cover, but like I said, maybe 3 to 5 to 6 of those questions, but I cover everything. And so by the end of the course, by the end of my course, my class, you will be completely covered and you will be guaranteed to succeed. So you can buy my masterclass on Patreon. The price is $249. Do not buy it via the iOS app because the iOS has a surcharge on Patreon. So if you buy it through your iOS app, you will not pay the $249. I think you will have to pay $350. So you have $100 off if you buy it directly, not with the iOS, meaning directly with your credit card. Now, in addition to these 1 hour and 45 minutes, I also do one-on-one consultations for those who want, meaning you've purchased the course, but you still have some questions. Although I suspect because the course is so well done and it covers everything, I don't think you'll have any questions after that. But if you still have some questions, you're not sure about certain things, including the course, we can have a session and we can talk about maybe some points of clarification if you do have some, but I doubt that you will have some because I talk for 1 hour and 45 minutes and I really cover everything. Now, one thing I want to add is that when you interview and you are being asked clinical questions and they ask you about the drugs that you would give, mention the drug, but also know at the back of your mind the contraindications of the drug you're going to use. Because not often, but they might ask you, let's say you're giving a patient a fluoroquinolone, know the contraindication to fluoroquinolones. If you're giving aspirin or amiodarone, know the contraindications to the drugs you're giving. Because they might ask you that, oh, by the way, you'd give this medication, but what are the contraindications to that medication? So there are some drugs that you use every day, but just know the contraindications, Sometimes it might slip your mind, so it's a good thing to remember. Yeah, so that's it. Basically, that's my course. I hope you're going to really enjoy it. It's a course for doctors, but if you're a nurse, it's the same process. You're going to get more or less the same questions, but you will not be asked to go deep as a doctor would have to go. So even as a nurse, this is definitely beneficial because the process is the same. The ATS, how to beat the ATS, the requirements, to go above and beyond the requirements. There's a lot of similarities, and so you will also benefit from the course. So I hope you'll enjoy my class. I've put a lot of effort into it, and I've made it as clear as possible. Clear, straight to the point, no fluff added, really straight questions, straight answers. I also talk about simple things like how should you present when you're interviewing, your appearance, the dress code. There are some questions like, tell me more about yourself. There are questions like, tell me about your weaknesses. So I cover everything possible. Cheers.